Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. In today's video, I'm going to be knocking out the majority of my Christmas baking and sharing some of my favorite recipes with you. Alright guys, so I want to start this video off with just a little disclaimer right here at the beginning. These are recipes, well, a few of these are recipes that my family has used for years and years, and I don't have any idea where they came from, so I can't link them, but feel free to use the recipe my way or tweak it to make it your own. However, I will say that the gingerbread cookies I cannot link because they actually came in my kids' Christmas curriculum and it is copyrighted. So I will link the curriculum that we use below so that you can look into it if that's something you're interested in. And I will say that the candied walnuts and candied almonds, I did get that recipe on Pinterest, so I will link that below so you can try it out. The hot cocoa cookies are kind of my own creation, so I will walk you through that when I get to that portion of the video.
To have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
This first recipe I'm working on, my family has always called peanut butter kiss cookies, but I think they're officially called peanut butter blossoms. And so essentially they're just like a peanut butter sugar cookie, and then right before they're finished baking, you take them out and you just stick a Hershey's Kiss in the top of it, and then you stick them back in for a minute to just kind of melt the Hershey's Kiss a little bit, and then they're perfect. These are my oldest daughter's absolute favorites, so I make them every Christmas, especially for her because she loves them.
This moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated.
I just wanted to take a few minutes during this video and kind of introduce myself a little bit more to you guys. I don't really think I've done very much of that in any of my videos prior to this, and my goal with this channel is to really build community with other moms and just have a place where you can come to get some motivation and to see that, you know, it's okay if your house isn't always clean and we can get through it together. But obviously, my name is Jennifer. I am a stay-at-home and homeschooling mom of 3. Our oldest daughter is Madison, and she is 12. Our son is Kalani, and he's 11. And then our youngest daughter is Cameron, and she is 9. I absolutely love homeschooling them. I love being home with them. But as you know, it is a struggle being a stay-at-home mom and being home all the time. And community is so important. And so I really wanted to start this channel to kind of challenge myself, I guess, and step out of my comfort zone and try and build that community here.
I think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday.
This recipe is just a basic chocolate chip cookie recipe, and I actually, for this batch, instead of getting my recipe book out again, I literally just follow the directions on the back of the Great Value chocolate chips. So I will say they turned out amazing. My husband I've had to hide them, literally had to hide them because he keeps eating them and they're for Christmas. But they turned out so good. So, pro tip, go to Walmart, get you some Great Value chocolate chips and try the recipe out. They turned out perfect. So speaking of my husband, I just realized that I didn't even tell you anything about him yet. So his name is Danny, and he and I are 6th grade middle school sweethearts, and we have been married for 13 years now, and he truly is my best friend. He is what keeps me from losing my mind a lot of days. I do struggle with anxiety sometimes, and especially after losing my mom and 2 aunts this year, I really have found myself struggling more and more frequently, which is another reason I started this channel. Is I needed an outlet for me, and he really has encouraged me and pushed me to follow that dream, and I'm really excited to see where this goes, and I absolutely love that he is encouraging me all along, because it can be really awkward to be standing and talking to a camera or recording yourself and posting it on YouTube, and he is 100% supportive, and I love it. Wake the neighbors, having fun down the street. Christmas trees, decorations, wanna greet old Santa Claus when he arrives. Let the reindeer see the lights. Next, I'm going to work on the candied walnuts and almonds, and this is a huge hit with my family. I found this recipe on Pinterest, so I will link it down below if you want to try it yourself. But it is so simple, and everybody who has tried it raves about it. So I am planning to sit this out in a bowl with some little to-go bags and let people make up their own little goodie bags on Christmas Day. But it makes a great Christmas gift. Put it in a cute little jar, tie a ribbon around it or something like that. And I think it would make a perfect gift for your mailman or your kids' teachers or whatever. They're so good. And it's so easy, which is always a plus. Very Merry Christmas, I keep showing me every light, every soul from every friend that comes along. Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice. You can make this recipe with absolutely any kind of nut that your family likes. We have made them with almonds and with walnuts, and both turned out perfect. I also plan to try it with pecans here in the near future. However, I will say I do recommend cooking them separately. So once they were finished in the oven, I did combine them into one bowl. But I would recommend keep them separate, and I don't know if it's because there's more moisture maybe in the walnuts than there was in the almonds, but the walnuts did take longer, and you're almost dehydrating them in the oven. So I really just recommend cook them separate and then combine them after. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans of what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you, 'cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a
And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give.
Alright, so we're obviously on day 2 of my Christmas cookie baking. Yesterday I got the peanut butter blossoms, I got the chocolate chip done, and I got the candied walnuts and almonds done. And today I'm going to do the chocolate cookie, whatever I make up as I go. And I'm also going to bake some gingerbread cookies for my husband. Now, I apologize for the sound of the dishwasher in the background. It needed to be done, but I'm going to try and get both batches of cookies done and filmed so that I can get this video edited and posted for you guys tomorrow, which would be today if you're watching it. It's so confusing. Saturday. And I'm also probably going to start filming my video for next week. So please disregard how disgusting my oven is. I have to get that cleaned, but that's going to be part of my kitchen deep clean video that I'm going to post probably next Saturday. At least that's what I'm hoping, the day after Christmas. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get baking.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
The next cookies I'm going to be making are my husband's special request. He specifically asked for these for Christmas. They are really so good. Chewy gingerbread cookies. And unfortunately, I cannot share the recipe with you guys here. It is copyrighted. We got it from my kids' Christmas curriculum that we use for homeschooling. But I will link the curriculum down below because I believe she sells recipe books because a lot of the units have recipes that you use along with them. But I did want to tell you guys that if you cannot find molasses, which for some weird reason my town was sold out of molasses, you can substitute honey for molasses. And honestly, I think that they even turned out better than when we used molasses. They're not as dark and they don't have that pretty brown gingerbread color, but they were so good. It was the perfect cookie.
In the sand you let me. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart.
Okay, so this last recipe is kind of my own concoction. I love to bake, and so I kind of just took knowledge from all of the years of baking things and put my own little spin on just a basic chocolate cookie. And you'll be able to kind of tell by this video that I was just using whatever I had. So I had leftover chocolate chips from the chocolate chip cookies, and so I melted those down with a stick of butter, and I'm just gonna sit that aside for a minute so it can kind of cool, because I didn't want it to start cooking the eggs in the actual cookie batter. Do you call it cookie batter? It was like batter because it was almost like a brownie. Maybe I was using like a brownie recipe from my mind. I don't know. Anyways, I just set this melted chocolate and butter to the side, and then I'm going to mix some flour, some cocoa powder, some baking powder, a little bit of salt, and I actually was using brown sugar in this recipe instead of white sugar, and this was totally on a whim because we are almost out of white sugar and I didn't want to use it all up before I have a chance to go get some more, because I might need to bake something else between now and Christmas. You never know. So I was using brown sugar and just kind of mixing it with a prayer. So I combined all of that. I think I used 3 eggs in this recipe. I put some vanilla in there and just combined all that all together. And then because it was really it wasn't a cookie dough, it was almost like a brownie batter, I put it in the fridge to kind of solidify a little bit. And then I just used my cookie scoop and scooped it onto the pan and just baked them for a couple of minutes. I think I did 10 or 12 minutes, and then I pulled them out while they were still kind of not completely done in the middle. And then I just cut marshmallows in half because they were too tall to put on their hole, if that makes sense. So I just kind of cut them in half and just stuck them the sticky side down, because when you cut it, it turns sticky. I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry. And then I just stuck them back in the oven for another minute or two just to kind of have that marshmallow kind of puff up. And then when I pulled them out, I set them off to the side to cool a little bit. And then this is where I got real creative, you guys. So I raided my kids' Halloween candy bowl. I know, it's so bad. It's so bad. But look, you got to use what you've got, okay? I'm going with it. I'm going to own this. I stole all of the Hershey's from their Halloween candy bowl. So this is a mixture of milk chocolate and dark chocolate, and I just went with it. So I kind of did the same thing that I did with the chocolate chips in the beginning. Melted it with a little bit of butter just to kind of make it drizzly. And then I just used my whisk and drizzle over the cookies. And when I was originally thinking about doing this, I was going to top it with some powdered sugar and just make it look like snowy. But my kids love peppermint and hot chocolate together. So I took some of their, I don't know what they're called. They're the peppermints that almost melt in your mouth. They're not hard like a candy cane, if that makes sense. And I just broke them up with my rolling pin, and then I sprinkled those over the top of the finished cookie. And oh my gosh, y'all, this is the best cookie I made this year. You have got to try it. So I will post more specific ingredients and measurements down below, but you've got to try them and let me know what you think.
Bring the cheese, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no French types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season.
Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it's different than what I typically do, but I had a lot of fun with it. Let me know if you try any of these recipes down below and what you thought of them. Also, please, please, please consider hitting that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified next time I upload, and go ahead and like and comment on this video. It really does help my channel out. I know I have a pitiful little 12 followers, 12 subscribers, but my goal for 2021 is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I know I can do it, but I do need your guys' help. So please consider helping me out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell, share it with your friends and family. And also, come find me over on Instagram. I will have the link to my Instagram account down below, but it is jennifer.lee.home. I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.